Everyone asks about price. The median sales price for single-family homes on island was $1.1 million. That was roughly just over an 11% increase as compared to 2021. Our average days on market was 12 days, which means most properties went into escrow in under 2 weeks. This is 3 days longer than it was in 2021, and properties sitting for more days on market was felt as the market slowed down overall. The overall number of single-family home sales decreased by 23% over the course of the year, with a total drop of 45% by December. So as we discussed, single-family home values continued to rise, a little slower than 2021, but they still rose overall. Values continue to rise because of our lack of supply. However, properties sat on the market longer as there was less overall demand by buyers who could afford their loans due to the result of increasing interest rates. So we've covered single-family homes. What about condominiums? The median sales price for condos was $510,000, which was an increase of 7.4%. So the median for condos was less than for single-family homes, but it was still a significant gain from 2021. The actual number of closed sales was down just over 10% from 2021, but there were still 6,000 condos sold on island in 2022. The lower price point for condos was likely the driver for this difference. The average days on market stayed the same as 2021 at 12 days. That means that almost every single property, both condos and single-family homes, went into escrow in less than 2 weeks. So in 2023, we have some things to think about. Economists are predicting that mortgage rates will remain around 6% throughout most of the year, with no significant increase in inventory. There will still be sales in 2023, but likely low numbers as compared to 2022. My prediction is that as long as inventory is limited and we have both local families trying to buy and people relocating, prices will continue to rise, even if only slightly. There is no crash or bursting bubble coming in the near future. If you look at the median sales price chart for Oahu over the course of 30 years, our values have not really declined. Values tend to plateau until the next demand cycle when we do rise again. So if you can get into this market sooner than later and you're planning for the long term, purchasing is still a good idea. So even with higher interest rates than we saw in 2021, there are still buyers out there shopping and sellers listing their properties. Please reach out and contact me if you are in either position. If you have any additional questions about the current market or are thinking about making a move soon, please feel free to reach out. And as always, thank you for trusting me with your referrals. Thanks for watching. I'm Jill Ward with Century 21 Island Homes.